Hello again, everyone. Edwin Leonard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the moon square or opposition moon in synastry. Now, the unconscious side, inner personality of one person, which is the moon, and the unconscious side and inner personality of the other person, which is the moon, may be in conflict. These people may be insensitive toward each other's feelings. The emotional, the thing about this is the needs, emotional needs of both individuals may be very different. There may be a very strong, disparity between the two, and especially if this aspect is either square or opposite by aspect, which in most cases they are. Let's say you have someone's Gemini moon making an opposition to one's Sagittarius moon in synastry. You could have that Sagittarius moon person, be very, blunt, tactless, and be insensitive to the Gemini moon's person's feelings. That you could have a disparity with the emotional needs because the moon in Gemini may want to have a need to diversify and really want to do manifold things, and the Sagittarius moon may want to target one thing. And Sagittarius is also about more having, one belief of philosophy, where the Gemini moon is going to be more, open to varied beliefs and opinions. And the thing about this too is, as far as the sinister aspect goes, is that each may have trouble, responding to each other's emotional needs. And the thing about this too is you could have, the two people, you know, obviously, this can be an aspect, a sinister aspect of, some kind of, emotional, upsetment, between the two people. One person may cause, some upsetment even in the person's public life because the moon does have a connection to the public. One person has the moon Aquarius. The person that, as far as the public life goes, if their moon is in Aquarius, as an example, that public life could be connected with astrology, computers, electronics, innovation, meteorology. This is something where this is an aspect where you can have certain difficulty as far as the emotional element may go between the two people. You could have something too where the person you have moon is about the moods and the temperament of the person that you have, where you could often have a disparity in the mood in general between two people when you have the moon square or opposite the moon in synastry. One person, for example, can be despondent when the other is jocular and jovial. And the thing is, you could have a lot of fluctuations with the moods with these two people. You know, um, it may be where you have this is a situation. Say that these people are connected. At home. Whether it's two people, in a family, or it's a roommate situation, it can be rough and problematic because you have, this, emotional energy just being in such conflict with each other. And it may be, the thing about this is, it may be difficult in getting, like, if one of these moon people needs some kind of assistance, some kind of protection from the other, or or wants the other one to provide protection for them. It can be difficult in getting such. The one moon person, one of them may not want to get involved or want to be of assistance. There might be coldness from that moon person, and is just not really overly concerned about issues with the other moon person pertaining to safety and security. And one again may be perceived by the other as cold and callous. So you have to, I mean, remember that this is just, you're talking about one, synastry aspect, and as I've stated in my earlier videos regarding natal chart placements, is to never isolate any single one, astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person astrologically speaking based on that alone, because the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. And the same applies to synastry aspects. One sinister aspect certainly doesn't make or break a relationship. In this case, if the moon square or opposite the moon in synastry, that's certainly no exception. And most synastry charts are going to have a plethora of aspects between person A and person B. And, the thing is, this aspect is not, obviously it's not auspicious in terms of, the emotional energy and the feelings and sensitivity. But, you can have, other aspects in synastry that might offset this to some degree. Let's say you have a synastry chart where person A and person B have the moon square or opposite the moon in synastry. But let's say that in that the two people's synastry charts, those same two people, let's say the ascendant is sextile or trine the moon. Well, the moon person may actually express a lot of care and be nurturing, toward the ascendant person, as far as their physical, how they are physically in the vitality level, and also be supportive of new beginnings for that ascendant person. So this is where, and be more protective of that ascendant person as well. Could be a good synastry aspect for that. So you have to just factor in, all, synastry, aspects when you're looking at, compatibility between person A and person B. Now, this, again, this is a synastry aspect which can be very, intense, emotional, upsetment, and you have the, disparity between, the inner demeanor and the unconscious side of the two people. And, the thing is, let's say, one person has their moon in Leo and the other person has it opposite in Aquarius. You have, a very strong disparity between the inner personalities of the two people. The moon in Leo may want to give that grandeur impression and have, want to be, the life of the party, and, extrovert, they want to, get, attention and there's a need for attention and recognition and to stand out and shine. And when you have, and then the moon in Aquarius, it's more about, being more unobtrusive, considerate, do things more, collectively in groups and clubs, organizations, not necessarily standing up, but being more of the, the team player and working more within groups as opposed to standing out and having that need to stand out and shine like the moon in Leo person goes. So there is, you'd have a very strong difference in the inner personalities of the two people. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edward Leonard saying stay well.